What's your scorecard? 69-64 in favor.
3 or 4 more rounds of that, and then we got to start asking why he's not
The taller man, but there is just thudding.
Crawford, always the strategist, constantly shifts angles and moves with precision, forcing Canelo to earn every solid punch. The audience hangs on every moment, aware that a single slip could completely change the course of the fight.
left-handed. Both guys look really fresh at this point if he's going to try to go back there.
Ready to rumble!
I gave you guys instructions. I want to just remind you, please listen and follow my requests at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fight hard, fight clean. Good luck to both.
From the very first bell, Canelo storms forward, pressuring, probing Crawford's movement, looking for that signature power shot that could change everything.
Fighter, and there is Canelo dropping with a straight right.
I got Canelo winning via late stoppage, and I feel like the extra weight for Crawford, his ego, I think it's all gonna play into a mix, and towards the end of the fight, it's gonna get taken.
The opening rounds play out like a careful battle of wits, with both fighters measuring each other and refusing to give ground. Each jab and feint carries the weight of a potential trap, keeping the tension high. As the fight moves into the middle rounds, Canelo begins turning up the pressure, but Crawford's sharp counters and quick reflexes keep him at bay. A subtle shoulder tweak even forces Canelo to drop to one knee to recover.
It's Canelo.
I got nothing to say to that.
If anybody was to make it a snoozer, it'd be Terence, right? Because he's a smaller guy. He gets hit. He's willing to go out on a shield. You know, and that's something that I really respect about Terence.
The atmosphere in the arena is electric, with everyone aware that the final rounds could decide legacies. A knockout is still on the table, but a split decision, or even a disputed call, can't be ruled out. This matchup is a clash of strategy versus strength, intellect versus raw force, where every second carries immense weight in this high-stakes showdown.
For the second round.
Oh, nice uppercut from Crawford. That was one of my big questions coming into this fight.
We have never seen Bud get hit by a guy quite this big. Although he beefed up, we still haven't seen him take that. So that's going to be very questionable. Can he take that one shot? But we don't think that Bud can knock out.
That short pause only heightens the tension, leaving fans on edge, wondering if the momentum is about to change as the fight reaches the championship rounds. Fatigue begins to show. Canelo's frustration grows when his punches fail to land cleanly. Crawford's legendary durability keeps him upright, and every exchange feels like it could tip the judges' scorecards in either direction.
Are you as confident you could beat Saul in boxing, strength, fitness on Saturday night?
Absolutely. The only thing he probably can beat me in is horseback riding, because I don't ride horses. But anything else, he don't come close.
All right. After dissecting the tactical battle between Canelo and Crawford, we shift focus to Teofimo Lopez, who, let's be real, always seems like he's putting on a personal highlight show. I have to admit, his analysis was entertaining. He starts by leaning toward Crawford, then swings back to break down Canelo's power, only to flip again. It's almost like he's sparring with his own predictions in real time. But here's the thing. You can't really say Teofimo is off the mark.
Nurmagomedov gave Crawford a lot of problems. He turned Crawford from staying southpaw for some time to now finally turning over to orthodox when he fought him. So I think he's got to do feints, hit him obviously, but a lot more combinations. Don't just wait on it.
After Teofimo went back and forth like he was sparring with his own predictions, we turned to Devin Haney, and this guy came in fully focused. I appreciate how Haney kept it straightforward. No theatrics, no over-the-top energy, just clear analysis. Essentially, he said, Bud has the skills. If anyone can take down Canelo, it's him. And if he pulls it off, he might as well drop the MIC and call it a career.
Really, it's up to Canelo. It's up to Canelo what he wants to do tomorrow night. I just think that if he respects Crawford too much or takes it too serious, he's going to lose. You know, he just got to have fun with it, move his head a lot, a couple more feints here and there, jab to the body. Try to always tell him, jab to the body.
At the end of the day, this fight is all about who wants it more, and you could feel that being emphasized. Desire is boxing's invisible weapon. It doesn't appear on the scorecards, but it can completely change the outcome. Lopez going back and forth highlights just how close this matchup is. One moment, you imagine Crawford's precise counters dominating. The next, Canelo's punishing body shots are dragging him into trouble. That's why fans are glued to every second, because even the fighters themselves can't predict how this strategic battle will conclude.
I think that if anybody could beat Canelo, I think that is Bud.
Yeah.
We don't know if it will happen or not, but I think if anybody has the tools, but
Pure chess-level analysis, not a simple game of checkers. I respect that. Haney didn't exaggerate or hype things unnecessarily. He kept it grounded, giving credit where it's due, and letting the fighter's skills speak for themselves. And when he hinted at his own upcoming bouts, you could sense that quiet confidence. It's clear he's not just talking about legacy, he's planning to claim it.
if I was to win, I would love to see him retire. I think he accomplished everything in boxing.
Yeah.
That he could, and I don't think it'd be not much.
After breaking down Devin Haney's calm, chess-like analysis, we move on to Caleb Plant's reaction, and you can feel the energy shift. Plant shows respect to both fighters, like he's hosting a family dinner, but don't be fooled, he knows exactly what's at stake. He talks about Canelo possibly slowing down or losing interest in some matchups, but let's be real, this fight has Canelo fully alert. No snooze button in sight.
We got to see, Bud's punch resistance at this weight.
Yeah.
Even though I think that it will be better because he's not weight drained and he'd be able to take a shot.
We both know that's what makes a fighter truly dangerous, believing in himself before anyone else does. From the way Haney spoke, it's clear he's been analyzing both Canelo and Crawford like a textbook, not just guessing what might happen. It's like he's getting ready to carve his own path into the story. If that doesn't get you excited for both upcoming fights, I don't know what will.
I can't put it. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I think both guys are so great that they deserve respect. And instead of us telling them what they can do, let them show us what they can do.
Then Plant gives Crawford a respectful nod, noting, Bud isn't the type to back down, even if he takes a hit. That kind of pride is in his DNA. What I loved most is Caleb's point. We can debate predictions all we want, but tomorrow night it's up to them to prove it. And is spot on. We can discuss size, speed, power, and past matchups all day. But once that bell rings, all the talk disappears. That's why we tune in. Because no matter how polished the analysis, the real story only unfolds under those lights.
That, some of those messages you can't unhear, you can't not see. I don't know, man. It's going to be great. I see it being back and forth. I have Bud winning this fight.
Why?
I think Bud has enough of everything to beat Canelo.
When Porter observed Crawford at 168 pounds, he didn't see a fighter carrying extra weight. He saw a man precise, comfortable, and fully locked in, like a sniper ready for the perfect shot. Calm in camp, confident in his stance, and focused on the challenge ahead. Crawford looks prepared to tackle this fight without hesitation. But Porter didn't sugarcoat the other side either. Standing across is Canelo Alvarez, Mexico's champion, a master at breaking opponents down before they even land a punch. In September, Canelo is a nightmare for anyone. For Bud to claim glory, he'll have to walk through relentless fire. Porter's warning was clear: don't blink. One misstep against either fighter, and the entire fight could change in an instant.
Maybe if he gets hit with a big shot, he may just run the whole night, but that's not in Terence's blood. He's willing to go out on a shield, and that's a big reason why I respect Terence so much, on top of, all his ability and his skill, and, he's got a mean spirit.
Sean Porter broke it down like only someone who stepped in the ring with Crawford could, calling Bud a rare talent. A fighter with nerves of steel and a mindset you simply can't rattle. Porter emphasized that while Canelo built his legacy step by step, Bud seems to have been born with a blueprint. He pointed out that Crawford isn't chasing money or titles at this point. He's after respect, legacy, and truth. That mindset makes him especially dangerous on fight night. Bud isn't just aiming to win, he's aiming to make a statement. And you could tell from Porter's tone that this wasn't just hype. It was a genuine warning. When someone like him says Bud is different, you know it's real.
The thing he did with me that I didn't expect, the dude started walking me down. I'm like, damn, and he really did. He bullied the bully when it came to me. And, I know that's going to be a part of their game plan. It's just a matter of when that happens.
Just when Sean Porter's warning about Bud had everyone leaning in, Canelo steps up, radiating that calm, lethal energy. He talks about family, legacy, and giving back. And you realize he's not just fighting for titles, he's carrying the hopes of a nation. He mentioned dreaming of being the best but never imagining a stadium roaring on Mexican Independence weekend in his honor. That's not hype. That's destiny coming full circle. And when Canelo promises a big win for his people, it's more than confidence. It's a vow. And we all know a promise from Canelo often comes wrapped in punishing punches that can change careers.
Back at Max Kellerman yesterday when he kind of disrespected boxing, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think boxing is always in the top of the sport of contact sport. Boxing is always in the top, and they need to know that.
And there you have it. Every angle, every insight, every fighter sharing their take on Canelo versus Crawford. Legends are mapping out tactical battles, champions are warning about pride, and Canelo himself is promising a storm. This isn't just another fight night. It's history waiting to be written in sweat, grit, and legacy. One punch could ignite chaos, and one decision could fuel debates for years. Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who takes it? Brains, Brawn, Bud, or Canelo? I want to hear your bold predictions and wild calls. And don't forget, smash that like button, share with your crew, and subscribe here to Boxing Headquarters. We'll be back to break it all down, bell to bell, round by round. See you in the next one.
But I'm glad to be here because I always say, and I'm gonna be the best, and to be the best, all this come with that.
And we can't forget the entertaining part. Canelo fired back at Max Kellerman for putting MMA over boxing. No yelling, no drama, just a calm reminder, boxing still rules. It's like telling the world the throne never moved. Even Eddie Hearn called him a game changer for Mexican boxing, and he's not exaggerating. Canelo has elevated the sport to new heights. Tomorrow, he's not just fighting for himself, he's stepping in as a man rewriting history live. So laugh if you want, but once that bell rings, Canelo has a way of turning every doubt into regret long before the final round ends.